Hey, what's up, rock stars? It's Rox coming to you today with the review for Power Book 3, Ghost, nope, Raising Kanan, Season 1, Episode 6. All right, you guys, so I'm in a new location. Y'all hear the echoes because we ain't got no furniture, or our living room furniture. We got it taken out because we're getting new couches, and it was time for them couches to go. So we got rid of them, and so now I am in the living room, and it is, so it's echo because, I have a high ceiling. But we still working on the house, and I just finished my book club meeting, so I was just like, oh, I'll just do it right here where I am now. Okay, so you guys get me on location. But anyways, you guys, the review, let's get to it, shall we? All right, you guys, so the show starts with Rock at the apartment. You guys know she's trying to do 7 and 8 floors, trying to get the chute to go from the top floor to the the 8th floor to the 7th floor. So she's there. The damn elevators don't work. I was like, Rock gonna make some changes around there. You could tell the little old lady got to get on the damn stairs to go up and down out the apartment. But anyway, the elevator don't work. She's gonna have to take the stairs. And she gets up there and the super is like, I told you, you're not gonna be able to be putting these holes in the floor. The inspector is here, and New York City Housing Authority. So when she goes in there, of course, the inspector's like, you can't be putting no holes in the floor. You gonna be, red tape, basically. Does Rock look like she deals with red tape? I don't think so. So, she's looking at him, and it's time to turn on the feminine wiles. Well, how do we fix this problem? He was like, well, maybe you and me can meet, together, just you and I, one-on-one, all alone. He looking her up and down. We already know what he want, what he about. And, so we gonna make a date for 8 p.m. Is that good for you? She was like, that's good for me. Okay. And again, he's all like, okay, make sure you come alone. And she was just like, okay. When he walk off, she got that look on her face like, niggas. She ain't studying that inspector. She tell the super, look, her boy's gonna be there. Make sure you stay out of the way. Okay, fuck that inspector. Now, jumping over to Kanan, we see him with Fame putting out flyers for this showcase. It's gonna go down at the showcase. That's where Fame and Jukebox are, that's where they're gonna be performing. Later on, we see Kane. He's with his mom. She's shaving his head, and she's just talking to him. And of course, you know how Rock is. She gives Kanan a chance to tell her something. And then when he don't tell her, then she got to let him know that she knows. So she was like, when was you going to tell me that the police scooped you up? And he was like, oh, who told you? And she was like, Scrappy. And he was like, oh, Scrappy, that nigga. Listen, don't worry about Scrappy. Okay. When she finds out that Symphony picked him up, of course, she's pissed about it. And he was like, no, Mom, don't be mad at him. I asked him to do it, and she was just like, I don't give a damn what you asked him. All of a sudden, you just love him to death. And he was like, no, I really was starting to like him. But Rock, remember how she told Symphony, don't be coming, don't think that you about to get in between me and my child. So she's been crossed. So I was like, oh, Rock, you about to get rid of that fine ass Symphony. Rock is irritated with Kanan. Stop acting like a damn kid. Okay, this ain't it. You say you want to be on the streets, but you ain't ready. Rock gonna always find some sort of excuse to tell the boy he ain't ready. And he gonna always find an excuse to be ready, whether she like it or not. We see Jukebox. She's at home feeling blue. Okay, watching movies, just laying in her bed, and then there's a knock at the door, and she goes, and she's like, oh my God, and you guys, it's Nicole. I said, come on, Nicole, ride or die. You better be there for your girl. I am not mad. That made Nicole's stock go up. All right, you guys, so let's jump over to Lou. So he and Jessica are at the venue because the showcase, remember, Lou is the one that's really financing this whole thing. Jessica, I know a lot of you guys don't like Jessica because you guys are saying, you can go up the stairs. Y'all know I'm in my house. This is one of the reasons why I don't usually do videos in the house because there's a lot of traffic and stuff. But everyone promises to be quiet, and then we can get through this.
I was just asking, what are we doing for dinner?
Oh, Joe, we got leftovers. You ain't got no more leftovers in there?
Leftover what?
From last night.
I don't have no more rice.
Oh, hasn't it, Louie? Oh my God. That's exactly why I don't do videos at home. Okay, let's discuss it after I finish, please.
Okay. Just need 30 more seconds. How long is that gonna be?
It's about 20 more minutes.
Should I just order me some food?
Yes, you can order your food.
Was you thinking about paying my food before?
No, I was not. No, I wasn't. I know many of you guys said that you don't really like Jessica, you don't trust her, but so far I like her, but I can tell that she's definitely that girl that sees that Lou is about to be on the come up. So even though she hasn't really done anything, I mean, really, she's been there the whole time. She been cool. She ain't did nothing with Crown. Everybody expecting her to do something with Crown. I mean, she kind of has the gold digger, like, I'm going to go with whoever's on and popping at the time. But so far, she hasn't proven that. We just expecting that. So I like Jessica. Anyway, like I said, Lou is running shit, or at least he's paying shit. Now, Rock comes there, and Rock is all about the business. So she was like, we need to be working this venue too. And he's like, no, this venue needs to stay clean. We don't need nothing to be going down. But, Rock is just like, all opportunities need to be taken. So, no, we going to do this. But Lou was like, no, Rock, this is my money. I'm paying for this, So he tries to, make sure that she's iced out of this. And, of course, Rock don't like that, especially when Crown come up and he was like, hey, the light people need to get paid. And she was just like, oh, we just paying for everything around here, ain't we? Okay. Again, let Lou do his job. So in order for Lou to have a successful night, right, he needs to go and talk to Unique, because if Rock ain't running it, then Unique is running it, right? It's one of the other. So he got to go make sure that everything's straight. So he goes to the tailor. I said, that's why Unique be so fly all the time, because the nigga's always at the tailor getting something done. His clothes, his shoes shined, or some shit. Anyway, they let Lou go back there, and Lou was just telling him, like, I need this event tonight to, go real well. I need to go smooth. I don't need no drama. And Unique was just like, man, who would have ever imagined, you would be coming in here and, ain't nobody got shot, ain't nobody got killed, He was like, it just makes you wonder if this is real, if out there in the streets is real, or is any of this real, But anyway, Unique was like, I like you because you level-headed. You got a good head on your shoulders. Rock need more people like you on her team, all right? But Unique tells him, okay, tells his boys that's around listening, okay, listen, we ain't gonna have no drama. Y'all heard what I said. Don't go down there. Don't take it to the people, nothing. Let him have his night, okay? And Lou was like, I appreciate that. And he walk out. And so when he walk out, Unique is looking at his boys like, well, he got his fucking nerve. This nigga got the audacity to come in here, after his people done did what they did, or Rock's people done did what they did, and to ask me not to do nothing. Okay, so now his boys, which is also Scrappy. Remember, Scrappy is playing for the other team, right? So he was like, so what we gonna do? And Unique was like, light that motherfucker up. Oh, Unique, you just gave your word. Ain't word bond? Now Lou goes to have a meeting with Rock and Marvin, and like I said, Rock is always on the job. Okay, she feels like something ain't right, some shit about to go down, something is gonna happen. But they can't show no weaknesses, right? So everything needs to keep going smooth. Okay, Lou was like, well, I got my venue tonight, my event tonight, and she's looking at him like, And Marvin was like, I would do more, but you got me babysitting this construction project. Well, she ain't really trying to give Marvin the thing. But listen, everything still got to go smooth. So make sure these corners is moving, drugs, and let's just try to keep everything going. Okay, she going to try to have some discussions on these streets and see what she can do. So afterwards, when Rock leaves, Lou and Marvin, them two brothers don't really get along. Marvin was like, fuck your showcase. Okay, that can be your thing. You can tell Rock whatever, but, he ain't trying to support. And so then he was like, hey, your daughter jukebox? Yeah, your daughter, she's going to be performing tonight. Oh, you didn't know that? Oh, okay, well, why don't you try being a father to your child? Okay, and walks out. And Marvin looking like, damn, he didn't know. Jukebox didn't even tell him. So yeah, everybody a little salty or whatever. When Marvin leaves out out of Rock's house, Kanan is out there, and he was like, hey, Uncle Marvin, let me talk to you for a second. Okay, so they get in the car, and Kanan drives him, has Marvin drive to the location where him and Fame earlier was putting out flyers. And he was like, look at that, okay? Earlier, he had noticed, he just looked at the gas station like, that's an idea. But now he's telling Marvin, like, we could run our drugs through here. It's like a drive-through. Like, people ain't even got to be, loitering on no corner or nothing. They could just come through here, get their drugs, keep on going. Okay, so, like, this would be a good spot. And Marvin was like, I admire the ambition, but your mama told me to stay away from you. You like kryptonite to me, okay? And I got to stay away. All right. Well, Kanan was like, just think about it. Just think about it. Okay. This could be something. So that's an idea. We're going to put that on the back burner. In the meantime, Rock got to figure out what exactly to do about what's happening on these streets, okay? So she goes and sees the big boss. I can't think of his name right now, but the one that was at the nursing home that she went to go meet, with the first time. So when she gets there, the first thing she notices is the old security guard, his old bodyguard that he had is not there no more. That's not a good sign. So when she goes and sits down with old boy, it's so funny, he always turns off his mama's hearing aid when she comes in. But when she goes and sits down with him, he tells her basically, listen, I ain't fucking with you no more because I can't trust you. She asked him, what happened to the security guard? And he was like, oh, basically, he ain't gonna be around no more. So he already knows that Raquel had tried to get the information. Well, definitely got the information out of him. But like I said, you don't cross, what did 50 tell us? You don't cross old big boss, whatever his name is, because he ruthless and he quiet, right? So he already peeped out old game on the security, had to go on and get him killed, So when he's telling Rock that he don't trust her, and that he don't miss nothing, basically you could ask the security guard if he was still alive, he ain't gonna be around to answer nothing. Rock done burned that damn bridge. So yeah, he not doing no more work with you. Besides, Unique already said that he gonna pay 20% over what they was already paying. So the best man won in this case, and now you done left out your biggest supplier. So I was just like, oh, Rock, what you gonna do? She lucky that he ain't tried to kill her, okay? But I guess he was like, he's just gonna charge it to the game. But that's okay because Rock always got a new idea in mind. So when she leave there, she go to the store, where they have their safe house or they have their drugs, And of course, old boy that owns the place is not there, but the wife is there. And of course, when she walks in, she got a big ass shiner, and Rock looks at her like, damn girl. And, the girl's like, I fell into something. She was like, right into your husband's fist. Okay. Anyway, I said, Rock is going to help her too. If she helps Rock eventually, then I think Rock is going to help her too. Rock is, because she looking at these women and the shit that they suffering through. She going to make a difference. I got faith in Rock. But anyway, she tells her that she needs to talk to her cousin. And the lady was like, okay, yeah, my cousin, let my husband know. She's like, I'm not dealing with your husband. I'm talking to you. I need you to make it happen. She's like, my husband don't like my cousin. Okay, well, we ain't worried about your husband because he ain't involved in it, girl. You get in touch with with your cousin and let them know that I need to talk to them, okay? And so that woman has this look on her face like she's terrified. I said, I know she ain't trying to get hit, beat up no more by that husband. But girl, maybe this is a way you can get back at his ass, so I guess she's got a decision to make. But anyway, she goes on back home, gets all jazzed up. Okay, they gonna go see this event tonight, all right? She's all pretty and made up and all that. We see Kanan, he done got all fly. He needs somebody to help tie his tie. And she was like, I didn't know you was gonna be getting all dressed up like that. He was like, we gotta go, represent for Juke. So she was like, I don't even know how to tie a tie, and then she was just like feeling kind of guilty because she was like, how do you feel? Because earlier I forgot to tell you guys when she found out that he had gone to the police, she was asking him like, what did detective, what's his name, Marcus, what did he tell you? And he was like, nothing, that, he just asked my name, my age, and said that you guys had a relationship back in the day. And then she was like, that was it? And he was like, yeah. Okay, but I think now this conversation is getting to her. But I was like, girl, you can't let this news get out about Marcus, because one of the reasons why you got so much respect in the streets is because you was Def Con's girl, and this is Def Con's son. Like, this is the queen, the prince, the princess. I mean, the king, the queen, and the prince. Okay, now if you just Detective Holland's son, girl, that's gonna take a lot of your cred, but I can tell that the guild is working hard on her. So she was just like, you ever feel like you missing out not having a father? And he was like, I don't miss what I've never had. He was like, plus I got you, and you didn't provide for me and did everything for me, so he don't feel like he missing out on nothing. Okay, but you could tell that she getting soft. She getting soft when it comes to this situation, because now she knows for a fact that his father, I mean, she's always known, but now that the father knows, that's gonna be an issue, I think, for Rock. And speaking of Detective Holland, because I can't think of his name, is it Marcus? Y'all gonna correct me if it ain't. But speaking of him, he goes to the doctor, And he almost kind of got like this frantic, desperate look on his face. You know, he meets her in the parking lot. She's like, oh, damn, you scared me. Niggas can't just be walking up on white women in hospital parking lots, you know. But anyway, he was like, Doc, what if I have a kid? And she was like, you said you didn't have a kid. And he was like, well, but what if I do have one? You know, could they be a match for my bone marrow? And she was just like, well, I mean, it would be like a half match. I mean, it would be better than nothing, you know, because what you facing right now is sure death, you know. So yeah, I mean, that would be a benefit. As long as the mother consents to this whole thing, then yeah, you know, we could do this. And I was like, well, therein lies the problem, because who thinks that Rock is about to let this happen, you know? But like I said, she feeling guilty, so maybe. You know, the doctor looks at him and she was like, you're not looking good, Mr. Holland. And he was like, well, yeah, doc, that's because I'm dying. Okay, you wouldn't look the best either if you was in my shoes. But so poor Dr. Detective Holland, he calls in sick, okay? And he ain't never called in sick. So his boss is talking to his partner, and he's like, excuse me, Louie, can you not do that? Distractions, you guys. And he is like, damn, what did you do to Detective Holland? Like, he don't never call in sick. You know, he was like, well, since he's not here, you can work the desk. You know, you can have a desk job today. And she was like, I'll be fine on the streets by myself. He's not too sure about it, but he gonna go on and let her work the beat by herself. He was like, don't fuck this up. I said, come on, girl, this is your chance to shine without that Detective Holland. Let's make that happen. You know, so she get out on the beat. And, you know, she's in the neighborhood. She's checking out what everybody's doing. She see Jukebox. Jukebox is at the bus stop with her girlfriend, Nicole. Okay, and they hug each other goodbye. And, you know, she gets on the bus and you can tell Jukebox is just glowing. She's so happy her girl's there. I was like, I likes me some Nicole too, okay? When Jukebox is walking away, that's when the Detective Popo, the whatever her name is, when she pulls up and, you know, she's trying to talk to Jukebox like, you know, you can talk to me about D-Wiz's murder or anything else. You know, I like to listen. I was like, girl, you got to get up plenty early in the morning before you can pull one over on Juke. Now, that might have worked with Kanan. With his green ass, but not Juke. So, you know, Juke just smiles at her and just walks off. But, you know, before the police had pulled up, Juke had put a flyer on somebody's car. So the police goes over to the flyer and sees that it's the showcase. So now she's going to be at the showcase as well. But I told you guys all that to let you know that when Kanan and Rock are talking, she was feeling guilty about Detective Hollins. Anyway, now let's jump over to the showcase. Okay, so they got the MC up there. You know, Southside in the house, Queens in the house. Okay, it's gonna be this big old production. They got all kind of performers there. It's gonna be turn up time. Jukebox is there with her. Jukebox is there with. You coming this way? Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm still doing it. Huh? But I'm doing a video. I don't want you to be walking around in the background or nothing. Jukebox is nervous. And so Nicole is there with her and everything. Like I told you guys, she ride or die. But anyway, Jukebox is nervous. So, you know, Fame coming there and he's trying to hype her up like, oh, we about to do this and all that. And he done got Jukebox so nervous that she about to throw up. She run into the bathroom. And of course, Fame is trying to flirt with Nicole. I was like, honey, Nicole has no interest in you. Dealing with Fame, trying to get Jukebox out there to sing, all of that. It ain't working. Kanan comes in. And Nicole was like, oh, you Kanan. He was looked at her like, Nicole, oh, like Jukebox got her girl here. He couldn't believe it, okay? So she was like, Jukebox can't sing. She's in the bathroom. And she was like, she needs to talk to you. And he was like, oh, she ain't really trying to talk to me right now. She's not really trying to talk to me right now. She was like, no, she'll listen to you. Okay, so Nicole and Fame go out the room and, you know, Kanan goes over there and long story short, he apologizes. She accepts it, but she tells him she can't go out. And, you know, he give her the pump up story like, you can do this. You got to represent for us, you know, all of that. Yeah, she's going to perform. It's going to be all good. At the venue, we also see Unique's boys outside. Well, we see a Scrappy and another dude. They sitting outside in the car watching. I was like, oh, this is, you know, this is a test. I have a feeling that Unique is on to Scrappy. So I think like him sending Scrappy, I had a feeling that this was going to be a test for Scrappy. But anyway, you guys, it's time for the showcase. I was cracking up at the singer. Did you guys see that Gumby? Not only was it a Gumby, but it was an asymmetrical Gumby. It was chopped on the side. I was like, was we really doing that in the night? I mean, we really was doing that back then. If he ain't looked a fucking mess, just a mess. Anyway, you guys, before Rock was going to go to the venue, remember she got to go have this 8 p.m. Date with the inspector. And that's the reason why she was all gussied up. So she gets over to the building and she goes inside, and she got her gun with her, right? So she goes inside, and the inspector's all cocked back, and he was just like, yeah, I looked around, I checked around on you, and turns out you some big time drug dealer, okay? And oh boy, think he about to run things in here, obviously. She gives him some money. And he was just like, I like that you dressed up for me. And she was just like, nigga, this ain't for you. Okay, this is strictly business. And he was like, what? I tell you what, it's gonna be business. He rough her up, kind of choke her up against the wall. And he sock her in her stomach. And she fall down to the ground. I was just like, oh, Rock, girl, maybe how you gonna get to this gun? That's okay, she don't need the gun, because you know what's down on the floor, a hammer. Okay, way up close and personal. She come and get up and she swing that thing, and that hammer hit the boy right in the right here. A good solid, really he should have been dead. Okay, but he just knocked silly. I'm sure his marbles, his screws was loose. She ain't gonna be trying to get her hands dirty or nothing, so she calls Marvin. And when he get there, he was like, are you okay? And she was just like, yeah, make sure he feel it before, you do what you gotta do. And Marvin was like, okay. So Rock leaves. And old boy is there to the mercy of Marvin. And I was like, this can't be a good thing. Child, do you know that damn Marvin put him in the wall? I was like, now, is this a good idea? I mean, it looks good on TV and everything, but what about when his body gets to decomposing and he starts stinking and shit in that wall? This little drywall and a little bit of, foam that you got around him ain't really gonna cover up that smell, But he didn't put him in the damn wall. And just, old boy is all tied up. He got a big ass gash right here. And I guess we gonna try to close it up a little bit. So he get out the damn stapler, the staple gun, the ones that the carpenters use. And he go and staple the man in the head. Man's all, because he's tied up. And he stapled the man in the head a few times. And I was like, oh, child. So, now you just sent Marvin to do this. I mean, it seemed like Marvin would have better sense of this. Maybe we're going to take him out of there eventually. But it don't look like he thought so, because he put the damn drywall over him and closed him up in there. And I was just like, now, maybe you need to run this by Rock before we get to putting up mud and plaster and shit. But anyway, we can't worry about that. Rock goes over to the venue. And of course, when she gets there, Symphony is there. And, she goes up to the bar. She orders her drink, and Symphony tries to pay for it. And she was just like, yeah, you not paying for nothing for me. So she walk off, and she ends up walking all the way out the event and outside. And Symphony goes chasing after her. And she was like, what did I tell you about me and my son? I told you nobody was coming in between the two of us. And he was like, well, what's I supposed to do, Rock? He called me. He called me. He asked me to help. Like, I had to do it. And she was just like, no, do you know who I am? Do you know the things that happen to people who cross me? Like, you got to do what I say. And I told you don't get involved with me and my son. And he was just like, I wasn't trying to take over. Like, I'm not trying to be his father. I'm just trying, he asked me to help him. And he asked me not to say nothing. Oh, well, that's enough. So he was just like, so it's over? And she was like, yeah, this is over. And Symphony just walk off. I said, Symphony, you ain't gonna try to fight for your girl? Blue, stop it. Stop it. Nope, he ain't trying to fight for his girl, y'all. So anyway, she turns around. She's about to go back into the venue, and she sees like some commotion at the front. All right, some niggas trying to get in. They got weapons. All right, so Lou comes out, handles that. Look, you can't come in without weapons. And he about to try to give Lou some action until he see Rock there. And then he was just like, that's all right. We just coming here to enjoy ourselves or whatever. Okay, so yeah, he can come on in. All right, who was that? Because I was just like, I thought that was Unique's people, but then I was like, okay, that's not Unique's people, because anyway, I don't know who he was. One of y'all put me up and let me know. Okay. So anyway, Lou was determined to have a nice clean show, right? So Rock was like, okay, Lou, you can have this. Okay, we gonna let you have this, but tomorrow bright and early, we back to damn work. Okay. So I think now Rock's nerves is bad. She irritated, and she ain't really feeling this whole night no more. So damn it, she ain't even going in the venue, which was actually good because of everything else that went down. But back inside, old boy that was out there, cutting the food, trying to get in. Now he up in the VIP with Jessica and Nicole and everything. And he trying to hit on Jessica, just one of them types, the asshole type. And Jessica, she's street enough to know how to get him off of her. He goes over there, tries to hit on Nicole. And Jessica was like, will you leave her alone? Like, who are you? Why are you here? Okay, just go somewhere. Crown comes and was just like, she tells him, like, can you get your people under control? Crown ain't worried about him or anybody else. He done rolled him up a primo. Okay, and we about to do this, smoke this, and he gives it to Jessica. Jessica was like, no, I don't do that, But Nicole was over there, mouth water and everything. I said, well, Nicole does, so he passes it over to Nicole, and she smokes it, and then she got this look like, child, this is about to open up a whole new world. And Nicole looked like, boy, this is gonna be a good ass night. That's what she knows. So it's time for the performance. So the MC introduces Jukebox and Fame, right? So they come out there, and Jukebox was nervous backstage, but Fame is nervous on the damn floor, on the stage. So the music is playing and everything, we all ready to just be like, okay, what we finna do? What we finna do? Fame is not saying anything. So Juke was like, wait a minute, cut the music. So now she the hype man, okay? Queens and, South Side run this motherfucker. Okay, everybody, woo, 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 woo. She's hyping them up and telling them about this and that and the other, getting everybody on board, So you know what, cut that damn music on. Let's do this, okay? So that was the little space that Fame needed to get his ass together. So he starts rapping. Everybody's in the audience. Marvin is out there. Lou, of course, looking on. Kanan, even Unique's boys who have now gotten in because they snuck in through the back. They couldn't go through the front, obviously. So they came in through the back, and now they mixing amongst the general population too. And Juke and Fame are doing great. Everybody is sitting there listening, and Kanan is listening to the words, and he was like, ain't this about a bitch? He was like, people that be rapping, they just talking about the streets like they be doing everything and ain't doing none of that. He know for a fact that Fame ain't no street nigga, okay? So he was just like, that's what all the rappers do. The song that they playing, the hook is Streets Need a Body. Streets need a body, okay? They keep on saying street needs a body. Streets needs a body, all right? Well, you might just get that body tonight because we got Unique's boys in there. But like I told you guys, Scrappy is Rock's boy. So when they get in there, they will get close to Kanan. And then Scrappy kind of gives the signal to Lou like it's about to go down. When Lou sees him, then Lou creates a distraction, starts a fight. All of a sudden, everybody is fighting. Now everybody got to run. So now Unique's boys didn't get to do what he wanted to do. So, Juke and Nicole run backstage. Jessica, all them, Lou, all them, they run backstage. Some fighting is all that's going on. And when Scrap tries to leave out of the venue, and Unique's boy, was just like, nigga, we knew who you were, okay? Because he knew that Scrappy had gave Lou the signal. So he was like, Unique didn't never trust your ass, okay? He just wanted to see what you was going to do. And I was like, oh, Scrap, you about to go out. You about to go out. Boy, I bet you he regret the day he ever had to fool with that damn Kanan. Because really, this is the reason why Scrappy is dead is because of Kanan. Because Rock wouldn't even have sent him to go in there to work with Unique otherwise, So I was just, he had such an easy, cush job working at the damn safe house, and now this shit. So, it's bad news for Scrap. I know, Louie. I need to finish the video, and then I can have everybody have my attention. Can I just finish the video? So now that all ended the night, but it looks like we didn't have no shooting and didn't look like anybody got killed. So I would say that the night was still successful. At least we got Juke and them to get through their song. So at least now everybody know that Juke and Fame sound good together. But anyway, everybody ran, everybody dispersed. So Marvin goes out. He go and pick up some of the homeboys, you know, y'all ready to work? And they was like, yeah, okay. We see Kanan, he goes over to Davina's house. He got this look on his face, you know, she opens the door. And I said, you going back to the enemy? She the reason why the safe house got busted, fool. Okay, the power of the punani, you guys. So when he gets there, he's like, I was at the event and all I was thinking about was you. You know, so she lets him in and, you know, they go in her room. They about to do it on her little twin-size bed. You know, she's like, hold on 1 second. Okay, she pulls out the condom. Okay, but it's about to go down. We see Fame and some white chick. At first, I was like, I know that ain't Nicole. Okay, like there's only one white girl there, but no, it's not Nicole. But anyway, now he a celebrity, y'all. He a star, so now he getting a blowjob in the bathroom at the place. Okay, not bad for a night, right? We see Rock. Like I said, Rock is at home. She ain't go to the. She wasn't feeling the event anymore. She's sitting there looking like she's feeling kind of guilty and reflective. Okay, of course we see Marvin, and Marvin is also thinking about his boy. We see Jukebox and Nicole, and they on the bus. And Nicole has just decided that, you know what, Jukebox is the woman for her. She don't give a damn what her parents say or nothing, okay? She love her some Jukebox, and you know what, she's happy to be there with Jukebox. You know, she ain't gonna be with nobody else. I said, oh, I feel like Nicole is gonna be dead, is gonna get killed, and that's gonna just turn Jukebox heart black, okay? And the reason why she gonna be so crazy as she gets older, because this is her first true love, and it's gonna be, her heart is gonna be broken. Then of course we get the sex scene between Lou and Jessica in the limo, and y'all, I don't have a problem with it because I think that Lou is quite fine. Ooh, he's so nice looking, y'all. Look, every time they get started, I just be like, yes, that's noise. And then, of course, at the end of the night, Kanan sneaks on home, trying not to wake up Rock, because maybe it's a little later than he was supposed to get home, okay? And while he's tiptoeing in, they hear somebody say, here's your man, okay? And then you hear a car, like, take off. And so she jump up, grab the gun, and they both run to the door, and y'all already know what it's gonna be, right? Young man scrapped down there on the ground, y'all. No clothes on, just his tighty whities. And I couldn't even look at his face because I was like, I don't know what they might have did to it, but you know, I just had to look away, but I could just imagine. Okay, Scrappy is dead. That's the bottom line, y'all. Y'all have to tell me if they had did something real gruesome to it, because y'all know I don't have the stomach for that. But damn, y'all just gonna leave it on Rock's steps like that? Kanan is looking like he is shocked as hell. All right. Yes, it's tough out there in them streets, right? Oh my God, Louie. This chair we're gonna be getting rid of. So that's the only reason why I'm allowing Louie's ass to be on the top of my damn on the top of the chair. Anyway, you guys, that's how it ended. Not a bad episode. I mean, the story is moving along nicely. What y'all thought? All right, you guys, so that is it. Let me get off of here. I'm gonna get this edited. Probably won't be up until Monday, though. And we'll be back in the studio after all this, because I'm telling you, it's just too much. Y'all see Jasmine down there in the corner? Okay, let me go. Make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. The channel is itsrox, and everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. All right. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Till next time, rock stars. Bye.